Super excited to see what she does.
Flip the video this time.
Nervous, but please, to the stage we have Miss Laine Dunphy.
Say word. So, I've been removing myself from a pretty toxic situation for the last couple of years, and when I was in it, I couldn't see the beauty that came from the hardship. And now that I've got some distance from it, I've been able to write about it. So this one goes out to anybody who's in the hardship right now and can't see how it's beautiful yet. This one's called "They Don't Want You to Talk About It." They don't want you to talk about it. How it starts off with platitudes of romance, pedestals and adoration, and once trust is earned, followed control, jealousy, subtle manipulation, systematic isolation, microscopic concentration. They don't want you to talk about it. How you got so swept up in the romance, the music, the passion, the project, convinced by them that you are their savior, and it is through you and you alone that they may reach exaltation. They don't want you to talk about it. How at some point that ability to save turned into an all-consuming responsibility, but by then the burden was so familiar that you had grown comfortable in the discomfort, and reaching for something different or better seemed like something that only other people deserve. They don't want you to talk about it. How the loneliness seeps into your bones like a tea bag that's been left steeping 3 days too long. They don't want you to talk about it. How everything feels like your fault. How you're always saying sorry. How the feeling of eggshells on the soles of your feet is as familiar as the rising sun. They don't want you to talk about it. How your friends still keep in touch, but mostly just look at you with sad eyes and long sighs and lamentations and recitations of memories of better times. They don't want you to talk about it. How sex is used as a tool to glean vulnerability and connection that would otherwise not be given. They don't want you to talk about it. How your money disappears faster than you can make it, and there's always an extraordinary explanation as to why those dollars were so desperately needed. They don't want you to talk about it. How they'll buy drugs before eggs, milk, and cheese. They don't want you to talk about it. How they'll beat you and then take you for dinner, but not before asking you to wear long sleeves to hide your bruised skin. They don't want you to talk about it. How you wait till they leave to allow the heaves, the sobs, and sadness take over, and just for a moment oblivion surrounds you, and you forget just how far from yourself you've become. They don't want you to talk about it. How you can fit into jeans from when you were 16 and the bones in your hips jut out in a way that no one whose hips have borne a child should jut. They don't want you to talk about it. How you have the capacity to rise up, to heal, to transcend, to totally annihilate the false self that they have been convincing you is you for far too long. They don't want you to talk about it. How deep down you know belonging in a real way is always more important than looking good. They don't want you to talk about it. How with courage, honesty, connection, and heart, freedom may be sought, and that no matter what, life is never easy, but it can be joyful. They don't want you to talk about it. And they certainly don't want me to talk to you about it, and yet here we are.